Be more tree. Take one. Hello everyone. Does anyone feel like a tree? I know you don't look like one, but have you ever given any thought that we as humans are much like trees? My name is Glen and I'm an activity aide at Providence Living here. I would like to share a few thoughts that I have why I think that we as humans share similar characteristics like trees. This whole project about studying about trees came about when my wife brought home a book from the library called The Hidden Life of Trees by Peter Wollenben. Very informative book. I highly recommend it to everybody. Our strong connections with trees may be based on part having a crown on top and mobile limbs stemming from the central trunk. Also, the pattern of the tubular branches, bronchi, in our lungs is similar to the root system of many trees. Man and trees are similar to each other in other ways as well. For example, both of us need 4 elements. The 4 elements are the soul is number 1. Number 2 is water. Number 3 is fire, which is the sun. And the 4th is air that we breathe. We, like trees, need relations to keep growing and producing. Trees interact with other trees, just like us, as we interact with others. So, do you think we can learn anything from a tree or trees? Some of you may think we could learn from a tree, and some of you may not. So I'd like to read a poem to you now, and it's called Advice from a Tree. So listen up. Hello friends, are you ready to learn how to be more of a tree? I have this poem I promised to you. It's called Advice from a Tree. Dear friend, stand tall and proud. Sink your roots deeply into the earth. Reflect the light of greater source. Think long term. Go out on a limb. Remember your place among all living beings. Embrace with joy the changing seasons, for each yields its own abundance. The energy and birth of spring, the growth and contentment of summer, the wisdom to let go of leaves in the fall, the rest and quiet renewal of winter, something we're going through now. Feel the wind and the sun, and delight in their presence. Look up at the moon that shines down upon you, and the mystery of the stars at night. Seek nourishment from the good things in life, simple pleasures, earth, fresh air, light. Be content with your natural beauty. Drink plenty of water. Let your limbs sway and dance in the breezes. Be flexible, remember your roots, and enjoy the view.
Hello everyone, it's Joyce here. I work here in recreation and I'm so happy to share with you a poem about trees. I think this will be a familiar one to many of you. It's called Trees, written by Joyce Kilmer. I think that I shall never see a poem as lovely as a tree whose hungry mouth is pressed against the earth's sweet flowing breast. A tree that looks at God all day and lifts her leafy arms to pray. A tree that may in summer wear a nest of robins in her hair, upon whose bosom snow has lain, who intimately lives with rain. Poems are made by fools like me, but only God can make a tree.
Hey Joyce, do you like trees?
I love trees.
Why do you like trees?
Look at this beautiful tree beside me. I love trees for many reasons. Not only do they give us shade, they're magnificent, and I have to say, I think about a verse in the Bible, and I think I've got it here that I want to share with you about a tree. Blessed is the man who trusts in the Lord and whose hope is the Lord, for he shall be like a tree. It's like this here. Planted by the waters, that spreads out its roots by the river, and will not fear when he comes, but its leaf will be green. It will not be anxious in the year of drought, nor will cease from yielding fruit. I think we can learn a lot from trees. How about you?
So what else can we learn from trees? Here's a picture of the aspen trees with their root system in the ground. The aspen tree uniquely connects through its robust and root system with every other aspen tree in its vicinity, some over 40 feet away. This collaboration, sharing a collective strength and resiliency, can overcome stresses and challenges like disease and fire. The aspen can draw strength from others, just like we can. Making the effort to connect with those around us can bring powerful results. The aspen knows there's no prize for acting like a tough guy who doesn't need anyone. In fact, belonging to something bigger than themselves is a key to their strength. Each straight-trunked tree may look like a tall and proud individual, but under the surface, it is part of a single organism, connected by their root system to all the other trees in the stand. If one tree is closer to water, it's important for the nutrients of others. It can share the goodies with the rest of the gang. The aspen tree. Good morning, everybody. Glen here again. I'm located here at the Comox Filbert Park amongst these beautiful trees, my friends. And I don't know if you can hear, but the birds are very active. Such a beautiful place we have here in Comox. Be like trees. Do you feel like a tree yet? Do you have any similarities to the trees that we've discussed? If not, that's fine too. This morning I have a short devotional for you. It's actually on the subject of trees, believe it or not. And the title of the devotional is Learning from the Redwoods. The redwoods are in California, and they're quite large trees. The scripture verse comes from Isaiah 65 to 66. No longer will they build houses and others live in them, or plant and others eat. For as the days of the tree, so will be the days of my people. My chosen ones will enjoy the works of their hands. And the thoughts that go along with that scripture verse go something like this. North America Pacific Coast redwoods are some of the biggest trees in the world, the tallest on record. Hyperion soars 380 feet in the air. During a visit to California's Muir Woods National Park, I was surprised and overwhelmed by the enormity of those redwoods. I don't know if any of you have been there, but they are enormously big. I was there when I was just a wee folk, when our parents took us kids to the redwoods, and there's actually a hollowed out part of a tree where you could actually drive your vehicle through. Actually drive a vehicle through a tree. Isn't that incredible? The memory I felt at the base of some of the tallest and oldest trees in the world has left me with lingering thoughts about their origin. Those redwoods, like a family tree of our own humanity, are rooted in a creator who is indefinitely and eternally greater than his creation. The prophet Isaiah caught a glimpse of his God in a vision that mingled the wonders of the Messianic kingdom with his promise of a new heaven and earth. He describes one of who makes the skies his throne and the earth his footstool. And I'll leave you with a thought here. Isaiah saw a great God who wants his people to be glad and rejoice forever in what I will create. In response, let's bow before him in humble adoration, and thank you for your time. Be more tree. Here I'm at Seal Bay Park, just appreciating all these beautiful trees. Trees are surely amazing. You know, sure, they change carbon dioxide into oxygen, which is pretty important if you like breathing. But did you know they also build networks with other trees, can take action when they are being threatened, and all sorts of clever ways to carry on growing even when they're knocked flat. Trees have been around for nearly 400 million years, a good amount of time to accumulate some serious wisdom. And they've become masters of adapting, surviving, and thriving. In our complex and often confusing human existence, it's not always easy to keep a cool head and a happy heart, right? if something is getting under your bark or you're suffering a few snap branches, or you just need reminding to enjoy the feeling the sun on your foliage. I hope you'll find this inspiration in this video to help deal with life's bumps and bruises. So sit back and let the wind gently rustle your canopy and discover how to be more tree. Hello again. Wasn't that inspiring, learning about the aspen tree, how they work together? I find trees are very interesting, and I think there's lots we can learn from them. Right now I'm at MacDonald Wood Park, which is in Comox, and there's all kinds of big trees here. And a thought that I have is, when this video is completed, I'm going to ask you a question, and I'll give the question now so you can think about what your answers will be at the end of the video. So the question is, if you were a tree, which tree would you like to be? If you had a chance to be a tree, what kind of a tree would you be? Would you be a fir tree? Would you be an aspen tree? Apple tree bearing fruit? So I'll leave that with you, okay? So it gives you something to think about. And I'll ask you the question, what kind of a tree would you like to be if you had a chance? All right? Check in with you later. Hello, everybody. Here I'm on a favorite road of mine out in Solom area called Bridges Road, right beside the Portuguese Creek, right here. Such a beautiful place, and there's a bunch of canopied fir trees here. It's so neat because there's some maple trees here as well. Just want to show you the other trees here. It's so beautiful. And then the far distance is a farmer's field with Mount Washington. Let me just turn it for you. Isn't that beautiful? Such a beautiful place here with the creek and the trees. Did you know that trees make good counselors? Trees make good counselors. Let me tell you about it. They listen and they don't tell you what to do, but they're always there for you. Their presence is enough to lift the spirits and help you see the world of opportunities at your fingertips. Next time you're feeling like you're lost, your mojo, or you just need a pick-me-up, go for a walk in the woods instead of focusing on what's bothering you. Turn your attention to your surroundings. Take everything in and take your time. Get in flow with nature, and you'll get in flow with life. I'm right beside Portuguese Creek here, such a beautiful place amongst all these trees. You know, seasons change gradually. Like we're in winter now, we're changing into spring. You can hear the robins singing now. It's a transition the tree takes in stride. For stride it must, onwards and upwards into each new cycle. There's no avoidance, only acceptance. Life, like nature, moves forward, doors close and they open. Chapters end and new ones begin. Your existence is like a story. It has seasons that fluctuate during your lifespan. Where are you in the tale at this moment? Be like tree. Here I've just entered my wife's garden and I want to show you a lilac tree. This is a lilac tree. I want to talk about the lilac tree. If a lilac had a title, I think we'd call it Happiness is a Choice Tree. As a famous song once instructed, you've got to accentuate the positive and eliminate the negative. If the lilac had its own theme tune, it would probably choose this one. It knows that deciding to focus on the good things is the first step on the path of feeling happy. The little tree often finds itself growing in poor soil or in polluted urban environments. But for 2 weeks every year, it still flowers its heart out, producing beautiful, fragrant blooms that attract numerous bees and butterflies, hence known as the butterfly bush. So even though the lilac grows in harsh conditions, it still has the ability to think on the positive. Well, good morning, friends. Happy Thursday. Yes, as you can tell, it's nighttime. It's actually morning. And I'm standing beside a magnolia tree. You can see some buds starting to happen. Do trees sleep when the sun goes down? According to research, while trees may not sleep in the same way animals do, they do relax their branches during nighttime, which suggests that, yes, trees have activity rest cycles. These cycles can also vary depending on the tree species. Although plants do not sleep the same way that humans do, they do have more and less active times, and they have circadian rhythms, which is internal clocks, which tell them when it's night and when it's day. And like many people, plants are less active at night. When the sun comes up, they are awake to the day. Hello again, friends. I'm just about finished this Be More Tree video, and I thought I'd just share a few more thoughts in the area of exercising around trees. We can learn from trees so many ways. Trees are very similar to humans, I think, in a way. They like to live together and they share things together, and there's many other things. So throughout the day, if you find yourself a little bit stressed, trees like to take a break and relax as well. So if possible, try to find a spot outside where you won't be disturbed. This could be in the garden, it could be on the patio close to a tree or a shrub. And if you're standing with shoes, just pretend right now that you have your shoes off and your feet are on the ground, and you can feel a cool sensation of each blade of grass as it brushes against your skin. The next step is to deep breathing. So take a deep breath And roll your shoulders back and lengthen your spine as you continue to breathe. Now turn the attention to your soles of each foot. Notice how they sink into the grass and how the earth supports you. Now imagine tiny roots bursting from each sole and stretching deep beneath the surface of the sole. Feel them stretching in every direction, anchoring you to the earth. As you inhale, imagine drawing strength up from the roots and into your body. Feel this energy fill and expand your chest. Continue to breathe deeply and enjoy the sensation of being fully supported and grounded. It doesn't matter what life throws you or how hard the storms hit. You are anchored to the earth. So the next thing I think we'll do is we'll have a little sing-a-song about trees. There's a couple of songs I have queued up. So this concludes the portion of the talking part of this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and continue to be mindful, and when you're feeling stressed, just think about trees and how they cope with it, and you'll do just fine. Thank you for your time, and God bless. Bye-bye.